Do bad people exist? Very, very good question. I believe there's no good or bad. There are people that are truly aligned and people that are completely disaligned, completely lost in all that happens in their heads, in all what's happening, and they are completely disconnected of the source energy they have in them, of the really bright and shiny version of what we could become. So everybody has two choices. Do I go towards the best version of myself or the worst version of myself?
Because if you do categorize something as bad, automatically you're saying that I'm better, or I'm doing something right and they're doing something wrong. It's not about that. It's about being connected to who you are and being connected to, working with the universe. And that's it. And of course, the people that you would categorize as bad or doing bad things, they're people that are not just a little bit disconnected. They've been disconnected for a long time and they keep going round and round in circles in that disconnection to points where, what things that happen in the world today. It doesn't mean they're bad people. It means that they are completely disconnected to the empowered and inspired and amazing person that they really are. Okay, so we have the next question.
Is it bad to think bad thoughts about something?
You do this whole process in your head of positivity to get rid of that feeling of jealousy and back into the feelings of gratitude of thank you for seeing it already. Thank you for being on my way. I can feel that I'm one step closer to being there already. And you do that with everything. It can be with anger or with a bad thought about a person, a neighbor, a situation, and you just bridge the gap. You talk to yourself in a way that is going to serve you, and by doing that you're transforming the situation into your favor. So
again everyone to this second part of our Q&A, which happened to be longer than expected, so we decided to divide it in 2 episodes. So if you haven't seen our first episode, we will leave the link here and below. I am Laura and this is my wonderful business partner Nadia.
Hi!
So we have interesting questions today for this second part of the episode. The first one was very spicy, with a lot of examples and details, and we love being here today.
Yes. So let's get into it. Let's go for our first question.
Do bad people exist? Very, very good question. I believe there's no good or bad. There are people that are truly aligned and people that are completely disaligned, completely lost in all that happens in their heads, in all what's happening, and they are completely disconnected of the source energy they have in them, of the really bright and shiny version of what we could become. So everybody has two choices. Do I go towards the best version of myself or the worst version of myself? So yeah, in cultural terms there are really bad people, but it's not that they can stay there forever. They could decide to start changing and go towards the path of least resistance, the path of beauty, the path of generosity. It's very hard for them to go away and see it because they're drowned into all these habits, and their neural connection have made so many strong bonds on jealousy and anger and you name it, all these bad emotions. And there is always a way to go out of there. But when I encounter people that are really bad in society terms, it sparks in me is compassion. When you know all these concepts, you look to people in other ways. You see them when you heal yourself and when you work on yourself and you become the best version of yourself, and you start seeing people with other eyes, with the same eyes that you see yourself. And compassion and kindness, because they are suffering so much. You have to understand that people that do bad action towards other people, they are being worse in their head with themselves. So imagine if they're hurting you or hurting someone, how badly they're hurting themselves, how sad their existence is. So compassion is what sparks me.
And I think the answer to this question is really, you know, no one is born bad, if that's what people are asking. No, people just choose time after time the bad thoughts and the bad feelings. And the more you go into that, you know, you start off with feeling bad, feeling jealous, feeling angry, feeling more angry, then you go into depression. Then from depression you go into despair. From despair, you know, when you're in despair, there's no way out. And when you're in the feelings of despair, that's when a human being is capable of doing anything. They're completely disconnected to their inner being. They're completely disconnected to their power, to their inspiration, to love, to excitement. They see nowhere out. And it's that feeling of, well, there's nothing left for me, there's nothing for me to lose, there's no way forward for me, so I don't care. I'm considered bad, I am bad.
I pile up on bad, so nobody cares, I'm already bad.
So they just, you know, they don't have any kind of feeling of hope or way out, and that's why they can do the actions that they do, because for them it's like, well, it doesn't really matter what happens to me anymore, because probably they think I'd rather be dead, or, you know, if... So those people, you cannot qualify them as bad, you can just qualify them as very, very disconnected to who they really are. And that's why we're doing what we're doing, just to show people that if you are completely disconnected, it's because of something that you are doing and you can change. A lot of people think that they will never be able to be happy again or to be someone again because they don't have the resources, they don't have the money, they don't have the family, they don't have the friends. It's got nothing to do with the external world. Your power does not come from the external world, does not come from your contacts, does not come... That comes from your connection with your inner being. The connection that you do between what you're feeling, what you're thinking. And if those people could little by little, because it will take time, if you're in despair, you can't just jump into happiness and gratitude and appreciation straight away. It's going to be a journey, but you can go for what feels a little bit better, and the day after go for what feels a little bit better, and what feels a little bit better, and you concentrate on minute things. I remember when I had those 2 years of depression. If you haven't seen our introduction video, I tell my whole story, but I was concentrating on the only thing that made me feel good was thinking I'm going to make myself a cup of tea. And you enjoy the moment that you have your cup of tea, and then once that's done, then you think about the next little thing that you can do. It's not going to be big things about how your life is amazing, because it's not. It's going to be little things in the moment. And that and meditation, which is completely quietening your thoughts, is what takes you little by little out of that hole back into best feeling places. And then when you start to get into places of hope, that's when you can have the joyous momentum and the powerful momentum and go soaring to, you know, places and feelings of appreciation, gratitude, happiness, and just this powerful feeling of being alive. And that's how it works, you know.
And even if science says, you know, they found that people have some predisposition, you know, in your brain to become maybe a sociopath or an assassin or different things, it's proof that when these people come and live in a healthy environment, the positive mindset is there, they will never tap into that part, or they'll never go into, you know, into that wrong potential, let's say. And it's never late. I mean, if also something that I wanted to say, if you see your past and you said, oh, for a period of time I was a bad person, or I did a bad thing, or I did this, that, it's heavy on my shoulders and I am ashamed because this bad thing happened. This is when you have to start practicing love, kindness, and compassion and forgiveness, because you are not your past. You are the beautiful person you are heading to. So remove this label, because we carry labels that keep us taking the wrong decisions and doing the wrong actions. So remove those labels that are heavy, that doesn't serve you, that you invented or society put on you, or someone that shouldn't be opening your mouth, his or her mouth, put on you. Forgive this person, forgive yourself, remove the label, because you can't from today take the decision to be aligned and to be the best version of yourself. So what you have to understand is that someone that did the work, the internal work on itself, will always see you with the compassionate eyes, with the kind eyes, with the respect eyes, because we all come from a past where we have been flawed, where we have things to heal. And a person that did the work will understand that we all come from somewhere, and with respect, they will listen to you and help you out to go up on this emotional scale and build the best version of you that you can be.
Okay, because if you do categorize something as bad, automatically you're saying that I'm better, or I'm doing something right and they're doing something wrong. It's not about that. It's about being connected to who you are and being connected to, working with the universe. And that's it. And of course, the people that you would categorize as bad or doing bad things, they're people that are not just a little bit disconnected. They've been disconnected for a long time, and they keep going round and round in circles in that disconnection to points where, what things that happen in the world today. It doesn't mean they're bad people. It means that they are completely disconnected to the empowered and inspired and amazing person that they really are. And that's it.
We all have the potential to become the best version of ourselves or the worst version of ourselves. It's always our choice, and the longer we are disconnected, the down you can go. But if you take care of knowing this concept, you climb, and you empower yourself, and you shine, and you are so proud and satisfied at the end of every day. So be nice and empowered.
Yes. Okay, so we have the next question.
Is it bad to think bad thoughts about something? Very good question, very often asked. We all have minds that wander, we all have thoughts that come in and come out. When you practice a law of attraction, you understand totally which thoughts serve you and which ones don't. It doesn't mean that you will never have a bad thought, because as humans it's impossible. You always encounter situations that you have never encountered before, and you have to understand and try to know how to deal with everything. So bad things will come sometimes. Respect them and let them go as fast as you can. Don't snowball on them and develop them and try to start telling yourself a story about that thing and developing further. If a bad things come, say, thank you thought, you don't serve me. Or thank you thought, you are telling me I have to be aware of this thing, or take care of this thing, or be careful with this. Thank you, and let it go. Don't dig in or transform the thought into the opposite, the positive version of it. For example, my parent the other day was like, oh my god, I have a lot of things valuable in my car. If I leave my car here, like maybe I will get robbed, and maybe something could happen, so I'm not sure if I want to leave the car here. I was like, stop right away. You are like telling yourself the story of how you will get robbed, so stop. Let me told him, let me tell you how I do it, okay? So when I leave my car in a place like this, I said, universe, my car is protected. Everything will go perfectly with my car. Only people with good intention will pass by and notice my car. Anyone with bad intentions don't even notice my car and will just go away. Thank you, universe, better than me, just my car is protected, thank you. And since I removed the fear of this, it will never happen because I'm aligned. So just find the way always to calm the bad thought and trust the universe and switch the thing.
Exactly. It reminds me of a story of one of the amazing speakers that we've listened to for years, Abraham Hicks, and in one of the stories they were saying that they were driving a Rolls Royce, and one of her friends said to her, but are you going to park it here? Aren't you scared that someone's going to scraze it or something bad's going to happen? And she was saying, no, I trust that everyone is going to appreciate and love and respect this beautiful car as much as I do. Exactly. And when you are in that energy, it is so powerful. It really is. And it gives you your own protection, the way you think and the way you plant the ideas in your head. And to go back to the question of is it bad to think about bad thoughts? Of course not, because we all have them, as Laura was saying, that come in our head, and a lot of the time it's just now for us, after a lot of practice, the kind of a reflection point of like stopping and saying, why did that pop in my head? A lot of the time, for example, if you feel jealousy, normally jealousy is that you would like to be at a certain point. You don't feel that you're there yet. You've seen a person that is already there and you feel jealous because you're not there yet. Now, when you know what we know, you're like, okay, now I know that I'm on my way there. I am so happy to be experiencing a person that's already there. If I am seeing a person in my life that's already there, it means I'm one step closer to being there already. I'm so appreciative of the way they managed to get there. I'm so appreciative to being around this person so I can maybe get tips and feelings and seeing how they got there. You do this whole process in your head of positivity to get rid of that feeling of jealousy and back into the feelings of gratitude of thank you for seeing it already. Thank you for being on my way. I can feel that I'm one step closer to being there already. And you do that with everything. It can be with anger or with a bad thought about a person, a neighbor, a situation, and you just bridge the gap. You talk to yourself in a way that is going to serve you, and by doing that, you're transforming the situation into your favor. So,
and I was learning at our course at Yale University that something very interesting that science has discovered is that for every 4 thoughts we could have, truly happy people have 3 that are positive and 1 that are negative. And you really train yourself to happiness. You really train yourself to manifesting the life of your dreams. You train yourself. You deliberately decide which thoughts to hold on and which ones to let go. So it's normal to have them. And the person who asked this question developed a little bit about when she's having a meditation and the bad thoughts could come to her head. What happens is, like, since we have had traumatic experiences of things that we are like maybe not proud of, or something that we are carrying from our past, it's normal that in a meditation these things could come. And the thing I do and Nadia does too is, like, when you're meditating on when these thoughts come to your head, respect them. Answer with love and kindness and forgiveness. So it's thought, you're coming back to me. Okay, you're still part of my existence. You're still here because you're coming back to my head. this was the version of me in the past. You helped me survive maybe something in the past. So I respect you. I don't need you anymore. You can go to the archived section of my head. You can go. I don't need you anymore. Thank you. I forgive you. You forgive me. Let's go. Let's go to the next. And the thought will maybe come back a little bit, and then it will fade away and don't really come back as often or never.
And also remember, a thought is not you. A thought is a thought. Separate yourself straight away from your thoughts. You have to put that gap between you and your thoughts. A thought is a thought. You are you. You are empowerment, inspiration, excitement, exhilaration, beauty, love. And then there's thoughts. There's good thoughts, there's bad thoughts. There are thoughts that please you, thoughts that don't please you. And that's your work.
Align or disalign.
But it does not change who you are. You are what you are. You are perfect. And then it's just the game of choosing your feelings, choosing what we say, purposely cultivate joy in your everyday life, because you can do that. You can choose what to focus your attention on. You can make your day amazing, or choose to just be lazy and go with all the bad thoughts that go through your head. It really is a work, and the more you do it, the more it becomes easy, like everything. And that's why we go over and over again, repeating that it's a job on a daily basis, and the more you do it, the more you're going to see results.
You can take our course about how to find your happiness sweet spot, because we have everything about the mindset, the reprogramming, and how to actually change these bad thoughts, and we share the techniques we use just to really disconnect with what is not serving you, what is disaligning you, and really take everything like in your hands to empower you and feel this true happiness and this true empowerment and alignment and beauty, and go towards what serves you.
So we started this first course on how to be happy for no reason, happy unconditionally, because for us that is the basis of everything.
Exactly.
If you know how to be happy for no reason, and if you work on how to be happy for no reason, you don't need things to happen your way or to be great on the outside, but you can be happiness. From there, that's when everything will start to happen. That's when you will start to attract everything that you want. That's when things start to move. So we started by that, and then we'll do other courses that go into more details and more things. But really the core is to understand that you are happiness. And once you can get there, then that's when things start to move in a fast way. Yes.
And we love it.
Yeah. So this is the end of our season now. It has gone so quickly. We've
so
done
fast.
the 11 episodes, which has transformed all of a sudden into 12, because we had to divide this Q&A into 2 because it was so long. But it's been so incredible for us, and we hope you really enjoyed it. We will be starting season 2 shortly, but in between we're going to release our course about happiness. So if you're interested, go onto our website,
happinessfitspot.com.
Exactly. And you'll find all the information there. Of course, if you have any questions, just email us or write us a message under this video, and we're always here to answer any questions that you might have. So it has been a pleasure. It's been so exciting. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your questions, and we'll see you in season 2. Bye bye!
Make sure to follow us on social media. Make sure to spread the word. Send this message to someone that could benefit from it. If these questions are something that interested also your family, it could be like nice, family conversations too. It can spark really nice and profound conversation with friends, with family. So make sure you share it, and it's always a pleasure being here. This season was a bliss. I'm so happy. It happened so fast, and we are with more energy than ever to continue. So thank you very much for being here. It's a pleasure, and talk to you soon.
Bye.